Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to a vlog type one today. I'm not out and about taking photographs. Today is a Tatts N Talent sort of rehearsal day, and me and Phoenix thought it would be pretty cool to bring you along. So just a bit of a recap in case you don't follow me on sort of Instagram. Myself and Phoenix have started a theatre company a little bit late last year, and we are lucky enough to actually start shooting our sort of like our shows, which are going to come out later on this year, and we are currently in the rehearsal process. So we've got a couple of songs we're going to do today. I'm going to introduce you to the cast. They can talk to a little bit about the characters they do and who they are. We've also got a couple of auditions, which we're looking forward to as well, because we've still got a couple of parts that we need to cast. And we are here at this wonderful Islington Studios. And yeah, this is our location. We've got Becky sort of trying to hide behind me there a little bit. It's waiting for a couple more cast members, but we thought this might be a nice, interesting thing for you to follow on the channel as well. Because as you know, I'm not just a photographer, I'm an actor, filmmaker, and now it turns out I'm a theatre director. Yay! Tell you what, grab yourself a coffee, sit yourself back, and yeah, enjoy the vlog. Put the fob back.
Too high. Oh, look who the last one to get here is. Oh, shocker. No, they have two if they turn up.
So hey, welcome. So this is the space that we are going to be using. Obviously apologise for the sound quality just in case it's a little bit echoey. I will try to fix it the best as I can. But we are in a dark studio. Wonderful big space mirror just up there. But yeah, this is one of our spaces. This is our favourite space that we actually use at Islington Studios. Just about a 10-minute walk from Finsbury Park station, so it's not actually sort of that far away from where we are overall. But yeah, so a little bit about what we are. So Tatts N Talent is a company which has been formed by my wife Phoenix. It is a sort of a theatre company that she sort of started up because really she is a colourful individual. Her hair's colourful, she's tattoos, all those sorts of things, and she has found it sort of difficult every now and then throughout her career to get work because of her appearance. Because at the end of the roads, we all need to sort of fit in a sort of certain box to sort of try to get the jobs that we want. So Tatts N Talent, tattoos, tats, and talent is people who are talented, but also don't quite fit the normal box that, you know, a lot of actors seem to sort of do. Yeah, you've got makeup that can cover tattoos and you can re-dye your hair, but it's all the whole sort of concept of why do we need to change our appearance or keep our appearance as plain as possible if we want to follow the dream of being a performer. So that's what this whole is. She started it a little bit before Christmas last year, and we have had the wonderful opportunity come around about Christmas time to be approached by an American production company who have written a musical called The Green Room, and they have given us full rights to perform it for the first time over here in the UK, and we can't be any more excited by the prospects of doing this. Now, our opening show has slightly changed, but at the moment we are booked into two theatres. One I can't quite talk about at the moment. I will sort of release that when Fee gives me permission. But we are currently going to be performing at the Comedy Store, which is in Piccadilly Circus, just off Theatreland and the West End. And do you know what? The opportunity to do this is just huge. Like we couldn't turn it down. Like we are so happy. And yeah, so this is the rehearsal process. We are currently rehearsing every Sunday from now all the way up until show day, which you might think, considering we're in March and our first performance at the moment is September, October this year. And like, whoa, that's a huge space to be rehearsing for. But considering we're only working on a Sunday because, you know, that's all we can afford at the moment, obviously those are technically only 31 rehearsal days that we have until now and opening night. So we're probably about a month into the rehearsal process so far. And today, yeah, we're going to get the guys to sort of perform a few of the songs. And yeah, I'm going to introduce you to the cast that we have, the cast that we are on board at the moment. Get them to break down the information on what they are, what they do within the show, how they heard about us, and yeah. But this is it at the moment. This is the space. So I'm going to introduce you to Phoenix properly in a second. If you are a fan of the channel, you'll obviously, I've seen her in a few videos already, but I'm going to give you like a proper introduction to my wonderful, talented wife. And yeah, it'll be hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as, you know, we do. Something a bit different. Yeah. Guys, hit me up in the comments below if you've got any questions, quotes or queries. But yeah, let's get on to it. This Hoover's awesome. So we're just going through wardrobe at the moment. The guys have bringing in examples of their own wardrobe. So that's what you were just watching then. So yeah, we just got one more person ready to come. Simon is on his way, delayed en route. So we're just killing a little bit of time, and then we'll go through a warm up, get their voices all ready. Because there's a musical, and these guys will be singing today. And yeah, so we're just going through what costumes they feel that their characters would wear, and then we can discuss if we need to get anything for them to sort of like try to empathise their character and stuff. So yeah, that's what's going on over there at the moment. You can sort of see it behind me slightly. There it is. Look, all the bosses just there for you. Also, I'm going to leave a link in the description below because, as you can see, we have Tatts N Talent merch and Green Room merch as well. So if you are interested in any of that and you want to help support the cause of an independent theatre company, we would really like that. So I'll get the link from Phoenix for any merch that we have going forward. So yeah, if you fancy like a mug or a key ring or a hoodie or a t-shirt, all those sort of things, they'll be available. But yeah, also find out on social media as well, and there's going to be lots of updates going there also. So, what are you giggling at? Are you giggling? You giggling at me? Oh, is that what? So Simon's posted a video on our group chat of him trying to get here in a windy room. He's fun. Can't wait to introduce you to him. He's fun. Let's start chatting to people, shall we?
Suck my belly in.
Yeah, that's good because I'm recording this. So we're just doing some promo shots at the moment. So this is what all this is about. So this is what we're doing. So we're just sort of setting it all up, getting the characters together. Bit of a sort of cool little gang, friends type shoot on the sofa, trying to make it look good. Hopefully I won't do too much Photoshop. Be alright, won't it? This is, as you met Phoenix already, she's the boss, she's the one that's in charge.
I'm trying.
Yeah, go on, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Try to be professional here, and I've got Giggle Bum in the corner.
Oh my lord.
When you're quite ready,
What even is today? I'm never ready.
No.
Fake it till I make it. Oh, mother! Mother, help! Mummy! Is everyone changed? around your lives, boy. You ain't taking God's songs too seriously now.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So, if you have in fact seen the channel before, you will probably hopefully recognise my wonderful wife Phoenix. But yeah, this is an actual proper introduction, guys. This is my wife Phoenix, who has started Tatts N Talent back in November, and like I've said already in the video, that we've had this wonderful opportunity to start to perform and rehearse the Green Room, the musical. So yeah, so let's introduce our producer, our leader, our glowing light, our source of inspiration. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, first off, explain a little bit about what Tatts N Talent is quickly. I've done a little bit already, and then obviously what you play and what you're doing, really. So.
Okay, so Tatts N Talent is a theatre company which is basically breaking the mould in the theatre industry. So for way too many years, the theatre industry has been probably the one and only industry that kind of hasn't moved along with the time. So if you look different, like
we are
me,
still trying to make friends in the theatre industry.
but no, it's true. Like if you look like me, like you've got tattoos or bright coloured hair, if you're certain sexualities, if you're minor ethnicities, if you're disabled, if you have any sort of diversity as such, away from the norm, it's not often that you're accepted in the theatre industry. And Tatts N Talent is pretty much the complete opposite of that. So our entire ethos is celebrating diversity in the arts. And it is something that's obviously really close to us as well. I've been an actress since I was 5, and Nathan was not far ahead of that, were you?
What, an actress?
No, an actor.
I've been a drama queen since I was a kid, so I don't know if that
Still
helps. Exactly.
But yeah, so with the Green Room, we were offered this really incredible opportunity back in January this year. And the writers are Stephen Foster, Rod Damer and Chuck Pelletier, and they are fantastic people to work with. They've been so lovely and so supportive. And the Green Room is fantastic. So it's about 4 college students going through their theatre course, and it basically takes you from the beginning right till their last all-nighter. And it's kind of a mix of kind of like a college drama kind of thing, but it's also really funny, but then it's sad in parts and it will make you laugh, and it's a little bit of everything. The music in it isn't kind of one typical musical genre.
It goes through all of them. Like you've got like a blues type song, and then you've got some sensational melodies, you've got pop, then you've got uplifting, and you've got sort of, it's all over the shop really.
Yeah.
But it fits as a musical. Like, you know, if you go to, you know, obviously School of Rock or anything like that, it's rock music and stuff like that. And I can't think of any of my musicals at the moment. It's just really
Les Mis.
No, all the other ones. Yeah. They seem to have a genre of music, but yeah, the guys have seemed to have written this wonderful musical and sort of.
There really is something in it for everyone.
Yeah,
like there really is.
Like they've tried to be diverse.
Very good.
So who do you play?
So I play Devon Bruder. She is a hilarious character to play. I love her. Very deep, lots and lots of layers. She is an incredible actress, but she is just done with theatre school. So she already knows everything that the lecturers and that the theatre is trying to teach her. The only reason that she's there is because she needs the qualification at the end of it to go on and do acting jobs and to be hired for things. So she finds acting school or college. They're all like ninja.
They're all sort of ninja.
Yeah, so she finds like college and the whole theatre department really boring and really frustrating, because all the stuff they're trying to teach her she already knows. But yeah, so she is. What are you doing?
I was checking to see if you're wearing my socks.
I'm wearing Dobby socks.
You are wearing Dobby socks. They look like my socks.
But yeah.
Do you know if you give them to Dobby, he's a free elf?
But yeah, that's me.
That's it.
Me.
That's it. I'm going to have to really sort of downgrade the whites on this because I didn't quite sort of anticipate.
We are very blown.
We are very blown out on this. We are very blown out. But it's okay. It's okay. The lighting's not brilliant here, really. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to see if I can get some more of the cast members as they all try to sneak out the door. I haven't got filming in process. Yeah, so
as you can tell, we take rehearsals
very seriously. This has been a 5-minute section. Like this is. I hope it's been entertaining for you. It's been entertaining for me.
I've loved it.
Well, let's. I'll tell you what. Before we introduce you to any more of the cast members, let's see if we can cut away to a little bit of rehearsal time, and then we'll come back to this.
And then we're just going to do on an E, we're going to roll up to an R, so E, and then fall down. Ready? And
Right, so I've changed the background now, so we're not so blown out. Nice brick wall. Get the plant back in for a bit of culture. There we go. Look. Guys, I'll introduce you to Simon. Simon is one of our cast members, and yeah, I would like. He's a really funny guy. Really funny, like most of our cast, really. Most. Like most. All of them are funny. So yeah, Simon is playing Cliff. Is that correct? No, he's not playing Cliff. You are, aren't you? Don't do that to me. It's sort of like.
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. Tell us a little bit about how you find Tatts N Talent and how you find the character development and what you enjoy about Cliff.
In what order?
Or any way you want, really.
So I thought the idea of Tatts N Talent was really interesting because you can't see them because I'm wearing a boiler suit. I'm covered in tattoos. Obviously, I professionally trained as a performer and then left because I felt like I couldn't be myself, and then went away and decided to be myself, and now find it hard to get cast and stuff because I'm covered in tattoos. So yeah, it's I think it's a really good thing. I think the industry needs to take less.
Well, it's sort of like what I've said before, like in the beginning part of the video, is that like even though there's so many like makeup and artists stuff like there are like professional actors out there, like Hollywood performers and stuff who have tattoos, like Johnny Depp and even like Eminem when he did his 8 Mile. Like obviously they covered up his tattoos and he did it well. Like it shouldn't be such a problem if you've got tattoos.
And when you're big enough, they will change costumes and they'll do all sorts to make sure that it works for the character.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think it should be that distracting.
Not really.
I'm always willing to cover up tattoos that are specific to a date or time or place, or if it's not in keeping. But I think the rest of the time, I don't think, especially if it's more contemporary piece, I don't actually think it should be a problem.
No, and how are you finding Cliff?
I basically am Cliff. So Cliff is incredibly neurotic, musical theatre mad, and falls in love really easily. And I think is
it's cute.
And I think is just trying to find his way in the world and figuring out what he wants to do, whether he wants to perform or whether he wants to write, and and I really identified with the character, and originally, funny story. Originally, I was actually asked to look at John.
That's true, you were, weren't you?
And I looked at John and I was like, this character isn't me at all. But I thought, I trusted Phoenix and Nate, and I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a go. And then I really heavily more identified with Cliff. So we were doing some improv, and I basically played Cliff in an improv scene. And then Phoenix was like, I think I've made a mistake. So I really identified with the part and I really wanted the part.
Awesome. Well, there we go. This is Simon, guys. We'll leave any links to social medias and stuff in the description below. So if you are interested in sort of following these guys, I'm sure they would love you to be part of their sort of like socials. So yeah, go and have a look at the. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask these guys as well about how they got into it, leave them in the comments and I'll forward them across, and then we'll see if we can do a bit of a Q&A session in a future video as we sort of progress with our sort of rehearsal process. But nice, awesome sauce. Right, bugger off. Back to the singing.
What's essential, the charm of this change shall shine through. And where is the harm in four-part harmony?
Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
What the
Right, so I'm going to team these lovely young ladies up. So we've got Gemma and Nadia just here, and the reason why is I'll sort of explain that we're doubling up on casts. So because we first started off trying to be like a reasonably large company, but because the show was only a four-hander, and we want to see if we can get like as much people in it as possible, plus also just in case problems happen within the performance process, we have sort of like, instead of having understudies, we doubled up on cuts. So these guys are playing Anna, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we go, there we are. Let's double check, even though I know, right? Well, it's because Simon's like, no, I'm not. And so, don't do this to me.
I'm not playing Anna.
Yeah, you're definitely not playing Anna. But yeah, so like the same type of questions, like how would you find the whole ethos of what Tatts N Talent are? And because you're personally, you're not acting forward, like you're more singing.
Yeah. So
Like again, check out her socials down because both of these ladies have incredible vocal range, so they're just stunning. Like Nadia's even turned around to us a few times and sort of said, "I don't know why you've cast me," and then she'll give us a video of her singing. Like, that's why we've cast you. Yeah, let's hear your stories, ladies.
Well, yeah, so I've been working like primarily as like a singer for like 10 years, just doing solo stuff. But I trained in musical theatre and then haven't done it for years. Like, so I'm basically coming back to it after like a break, maybe like 8 years now. So
If you need subtitles, I can.
Hey, my accent's not that strong.
It's not
I'm happy
really
now.
isn't for a Scouse, no. Not strong.
So yeah, this is me coming back, kind of back into musical theatre, and I couldn't have chose like a more amazing theatre company, to be honest, to be part of. Honestly, I couldn't. Yeah, because it's what I'm about. Like in the past, I've not been accepted for roles because of certain hair colour, even my accent, like everything. So when I heard about Tatts N Talent, it was just like this is the theatre company for me. So yeah. Thank you guys for setting it up.
Pleasure.
Yeah, mine's quite similar, to be honest. I've been singing longer than I've been like acting and dancing. But then through singing discovered acting and musical theatre, and it changed my life because that is literally musical theatre songs are the songs that I want to sing because they have a message behind them and they're strong and powerful. So yeah, I got into musical theatre. And my earring's fallen off again every time. Got into musical theatre and acting. Swerved from my degree because I actually studied animal behaviour.
Did you?
I did,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Nothing to do with musical theatre. Anyway.
Anna, you're being an idiot. Sit.
Shut up! Yeah, and I think for me, especially when I've started auditioning for industry stuff, there's always that voice in the back of my brain being like, they're probably not casting you because you have short hair, and short hair is not feminine and it's not glamorous. So for like cruises, the women have always got long, flowing, nice hair. But I don't care because I like short hair. It can be glamorous and it can be beautiful, and yeah, it just needs. I'm sorry, but it just needs to change. That you can't be cast for a certain role because of how you look. It's just not. It's not right. It's not right. Why are you laughing?
Oh, these guys behind the camera.
Backstage.
These are serious rehearsals, guys. So how you find the role of Anna? Are you enjoying it? Are you really sort of getting your teeth into it?
Yeah, I am, and I think because the role for me is so different to who I am. Like in
that's
reality.
what I was going to say as well.
You know, so there is some similarities actually. But as in, like, I'm not the person that would ever get cast for, for things. I don't always get, like, the leading role and everything like that, whereas she does. So it is quite the opposite for me. So, but I am trying to take elements of myself and put it into the character.
Yeah.
So it comes across more genuine, you know.
Which is it, which is
Yeah.
the ethos of acting as well. Like you bring parts of yourself
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
character, and sometimes you take character away with you and they become part of your
Part of
personality, don't they,
Yeah.
if you play it for long enough.
Yeah, I
That's
think
true.
I've always had a very sort of outgoing, big personality. I think Anna's a bit more, not reserved, but she's a bit more serious, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun trying to maybe sort of bring that level of myself down and contained into a more like motherly type of
Yeah.
figure in a way. I feel like she's the mother of the group, and she's always trying to, right guys, come on, we gotta get on stage, guys. Right, what are you doing? So yeah, it's been really interesting, but it's always really fun to discovering a character and getting to know them. So.
And I'm also like really, really looking forward to like seeing Nadia play the part. of
Yeah,
Anna.
same,
So
yeah.
then I can kind of like, I'm just interested to see, and then I can take elements, you know,
same,
kind of how you play it, and
absolutely.
Yeah,
we can
'cause-
work together as well.
Yeah, because that's something
great.
that we're sort of doing, because we've got two actors for the cast, so we're going to get them to sort of work with each other and sort of like swap ideas, because it's not a competition. Like we're not here saying that you're both playing the same part, who's better.
Yeah.
It's more because of what the type of company Tatts N Talent are. It's more sort of like, how can you sort of help each other improve the performance rather than be a competition between each other, really, isn't it?
I already stole something from you this morning anyway.
What
your,
was that?
your blue jeans.
Oh yeah,
You got blue jeans, there we go. It's already happening. Obviously it's me that's
Fine,
stole
but you can
some.
keep them if you want. I never wear them.
Right, cool. Well, let's head back to a little bit more singing, and we'll get the last two guys up as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't you always wonder why she never got mine? Because she was still alive, she'd say that in the end, you do what you have to do. In the end, you do what you love. In the end, you do what you have to do. Because it's you in the end who has to live with it. Daddy said I'd make a damn good man someday. I just needed time to settle down. The day I told him that's not me, I don't want it at all. I think you have to prove it out sound. Daddy wears house and calls from time to time. He asks about my friends, not place. I don't know if he will ever really understand, or if he'll ever look at me and say,
Right, so finally, I'm going to get these guys together as well, because again, I want to try to keep the actual YouTube video as short as possible. But we have the wonderful Becky and the wonderful Reese. Now, the wonderful thing about these two lovely people, is they actually know each other before Tatts N Talent, didn't you? If anything, Reese introduced us to Becky, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have you. Really, it was an absolute godsend. Your audition was beautiful. But yeah, like, tell us a little bit about yourself, because you guys are reasonably new to the professional side of the industry, aren't you? You're almost fresh out of your drama
July.
school.
We
July
both
2022.
Yeah, literally very early. We both. I joined Miskin. Becky had been at the Miskin Theatre in Dartford for a couple of years before me. I joined for the level 4, and we just got really close over like that time. We made a little theatre company, Discover Dynamics. We went around schools and we did shows together, and then since then it hadn't like. It was just finding our way into the industry, and this is the first like major step I think we've both made.
Hope we don't mess it up for you.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Career ruined.
Well,
I've
yeah,
already
like,
forgot my script today.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm
well,
professional.
performing at one of a top venue, like it's not necessarily known for its sort of like stage work. I never knew the Comedy Store did stage work. Actually, I thought it was all stand-up comedy, really. So it's had that opportunity, like, you know, I don't know everything you've done since you've left, but obviously you're your next step, unless you've got something in between this and that, will be a sort of potential West End stage.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a West End stage. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah,
it's in the West End.
It's opposite the Book of Mormon.
Exactly. Yes, it is. Ding dong. But yeah, how are you guys finding the process? How are you guys finding the whole sort of what Tatts N Talent is and the show?
Yeah, honestly, I absolutely love it. Like the environment we've all made together already, and I've only known these guys like a month. Like I've only known all of you for about a month, and we all just feel like we've known each other for so much longer.
It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Like the way we joke about, the way we bounce off each other, the way we work together. It's all just like it's amazing how close we got in such a small amount of time.
Which is the wonderful thing about a theatre dynamic. Anyway, like if you dip in and out of it, like when you go touring somebody, you make friends immediately and sometimes never see them again afterwards. But it's something that Phoenix is definitely trying to sort of get together as a group of people who are different, who are sort of not. I was going to say uncastable, but we're not uncastable. That is and I know that's a really horrible way of doing it.
Take it back.
Yeah, it's a little bit. But yeah, like people who won't be potentially sort of looked at. I might need to edit this whole section out.
Cut the check.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's just sort of how Simon and Gemma sort of said about like how they potentially might get looked over because of their tattoos and their accent and the short hair. You know, to try to make an actor fit a mold to be able to sort of like fit everything that is out there. You know, it is like you said, like you end up sort of being part of this wonderful sort of little group for a while. And one thing we want to do with Tatts N Talent is definitely try to be on this show and do more and do more.
I think one thing that like in my acting that I've really kind of struggled with is kind of that this theatre kind of helps with is I've been struggling to separate the actor from myself with like how I want to look, because like, you know, normally in the professional world you know, you have to have this colour hair, no tattoos, like you need to be clean slate, and you know, what if I want to dye my hair pink and like I want more tattoos, I want more piercings, and like I've felt like I haven't been able to do that until now.
I want to be, when I walk through an airport, I want everything to go off. But that's the thing, is like I have 2 tattoos, but the thing is I've always wanted more. Exactly, but I've always wanted more, but because of the type of roles that I've played in the past, you know, I was historical roles and all this sort of stuff, I've always limited myself to ones that are always covered up with shirts and t-shirts and stuff. So yeah,
I did try to do a discreet tattoo, but then I ended up getting it
on your hand. It was on my forearm, but it just sort of like dropped down.
I don't think I'll be doing any hand adverts
hand
anytime
modelling.
soon.
It's like when you get a haircut and like, is this good? And you're like, yeah. It's like you wanted it on your hand, right? Yeah, definitely. Right.
Yeah, no, I love what this company stands for.
Thank you.
Until I read the website, because like the first time I saw the Facebook post, it was like apply to be an actor, and then send a message, and I thought, oh well, I'm going to be acting it, so I'm going to apply for it. But I was like, I remember being very cringe in my original thing, and I thought, well, I'm not tatted. I'm not tatted. It's Tatts N Talent. It's Tatts N Talent. I do not have a tattoo. I'm not talented. But you know, I could be good for this role, and then I didn't get seen. And then I messaged like a month later, and she was like, like Phoenix messaged me. I think it was within the hour where I sent a message. And she was like, "Oh my god, come in." And I'm like, "Oh okay, cool."
I'm untatted, but I'm challenged.
I do have somewhat.
I'm 50% the company. Yeah.
I hold half your ideals. Is that good enough?
But you didn't believe we were legit
Yeah, until we're on stage, are we legit? Guys, awesome. Well, I think we should get back to rehearsals and get some songs sung. So let's come back to them. But thank you very much for your time. Awesome. Let's go. Crossfade.
Forever, waiting in the wings, see a place where roses grow.
That's sensational.
I just want to, like, when you do that, just go like, back at it. Okay, right.
Good boy. Good boy. How do you feel?
Rough. Yeah.
Just to bring an hour of my time to life.
Then I'll give one night
Nothing more than that.
That's all I have to give. I can see the stage lights waiting in the wings. When I make the stage bright, it dances and sings.
I can see forever waiting in the wings. I can see a place where roses grow without sunlight. I can see the very sun goes down even without
And
clouds.
I know it's safe there, waiting in the wings. When I'm out of life here, then every move I make, maybe I make mistakes. I pray don't guide me.
Damn it, you don't know who I am. Say you don't know.
Right, guys. I'm going to end the video here. There's a high chance that this is going to be quite a long one. Obviously, I've not edited it together, but I had the interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what we're doing at the moment. This is the rehearsals for the Green Room, performed at the Comedy Store later on in 2023. Doing that just in case you watch this video a little bit later on. But hopefully, if you are watching this video way in the future, Tatts N Talent are still going strong and performing shows all over the country. Hopefully, maybe in the future, all over Europe. Who knows? But this is the first. This is the first cast. This is the first show, and the Green Room itself is going to premiere in the UK. First time it's been overseas, mainly being performed in the US. And yeah, we are super excited. We cannot wait to get this show going. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's something massively different, but obviously, like I've said, we are transitioning as a company, as a person, not just photography. I want to be a filmmaker, I want to be an actor, and this is sort of like the steps that both myself and Phoenix are going in to try to sort of like make these things happen. Instead of sitting down, waiting for the phone to ring to give me my dream job, me and Phoenix are now out there creating the dream jobs or lifestyle that we want, and I hope you guys can do the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. Any information that you would like to know about the cast, they will be in the sort of description below, so come and find us on Instagram, come and find us in whatever links we have down there. If you want to know a little bit more about coming to see the Green Room, again, the links will be down there where you can buy your tickets. And yeah, let's end it there. Thank you so much. Questions that you might have for the cast in any way, write them in the comments and I'll get these guys to answer them in a future video. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye. No, seriously, that's it now. I know. Thank you for watching this long. See you later.